Okay. Good evening, James. I'm seeing James's message. Good evening. Okay. So hopefully she joins us now. So where was I with my story? So it was an awesome outing, but the exciting thing about it is it means that I think she's here now. So I can stop my story and focus on my guest. Hello. That I'm seeing you
Good.
like this for free. Oh, I'll cut you check. I'm gonna cut you check.
How
How
about
are you doing, my love? I'm fine, but I'm tired. I had my first live design workshop today, so I'm so as in when you just said let's move it to 9.
Hey,
You can't hear me.
come on, not every day hear you at all.
You can't hear me
Yes, I can hear you now.
now. Okay. So I said I had my first live design workshop today, and I
Oh,
was on my feet teaching from 10 till 4 p.m. So when you now said we should move it to 9, I say, oh, God is good. Let me sleep small again.
oh, Bob, we would have rescheduled now. This one where you they
No, no,
work since
no.
morning, so
You were the plan
what
wedding. You that
now?
your new bride. When I see you for free like this, you cannot use it to play.
Old bride.
No, new bride. You know, I'm really excited about this thing you're doing. But what brought about, how did you come about wanting to
Why is
actually
this
renew your
network?
vows?
Eh?
Tell me the story. Oh, I lost that for a minute there. Network. This network is well. Sorry, guys. Let's see if she connects back. Sorry, I lost her there. I'm sure she'll connect back. Mm. We have amazing internet here. Amazing internet. I don't like to use negative words to express negative situations. But I'm sure she'll connect back now. Oh my. Okay, just a minute. Let me check. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sure she had internet issues. We'll just give her a few. Connect back. Maybe I should continue my conversation about, okay, she's back. Okay, she's back. Okay, you're back.
Very bad.
I know. I can imagine. Sometimes I get those days here too myself. I think I'm just lucky today. You're doing well off people. Okay, so but you're okay now.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to come to my children's room.
But I think now it's better.
Make I see better network.
No, but it's better now. Yeah, it's
It's
better
better
now.
now.
Stay here. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Auntie network won't spoil your face before. Rubbish. Okay, so I was asking, I said, what what is the inspiration behind this? Because the thing is, like, in fact, the wedding, not be small thing. I've seen the photo shoot. It's so beautiful, by the way. See
Thank
fish,
you.
fish girl with
Now
the
so
shape.
now.
I see it's so beautiful. So what inspired?
I deserve it. I deserve it. And
You
so let
do.
me do
You
it
did. See,
right
you do.
the way it's supposed to be for the
So this
first
is you
time.
having your dream wedding.
Yes, finally.
So can we have sneak peek into what the plan is? This sneak peek.
Nothing to hide now. I'm doing it in my dream look. First of all, the idea I have of wedding, vow renewal is something very intimate. Like those outdoor beach kind of things. I'm finally having my vow renewal, exchange of vow in a cathedral that is outside the venue. It's so
Mm,
beautiful. Then, of course, now my venue. I did my 10 years ago. I did my wedding in my church car park, two canopies. Now I'm having
I
it
think I
in
saw some
Monarch.
pictures.
Yeah, I'm doing it now in Monarch Event Center. So it's really it's that's it. There's really nothing to hide. Monarch Event Center. Then I'm having my wedding, my honeymoon. I never had a honeymoon.
Okay, so where is
I never
it?
had a honeymoon. Zanzibar.
Oh my God.
I've always
You know,
wanted to
that's
go
why
to
when you said
Zanzibar.
if we're not doing the live today, we should do it after your honeymoon, your wedding. I say for what? When you go there honeymoon, you go answer me.
You-
You
because
know?
the planning is intense. So every day I have something
Yes,
to do till
I
after the
know.
wedding.
I know because that's the difference when you have time to visualize and plan what you want. You understand?
Yes.
Because the way you think, your level of mentality now, the things that you have been exposed to is different from what you knew then when you were younger and it was like, oh, I just want to get married to the man of my dreams. So
Yes.
now you are paying attention to detail. You're about the whole works. You know what you are looking for. So the planning will be
Yes.
more intense than. So now, anytime I look at you, anytime I see your stuff online, anytime I I see the things you do, every time I see you win, it gives me goose pimples, right? Because and then apart from goose pimples, it gives me like it motivates me, inspires me. It just reminds me the fact that dreams come true, one, and two, it's our perspective to what we go through. Once we can embrace the right perspective, our obstacle is our way. You understand? And then once we can embrace who we are meant to be, we begin to find ourselves. Because I know that the first time I met you, you were you were not a comedian. Mm-mm, definitely not. You were not an entertainer. You were into business. I think you worked in the bank too. Did you? But you were into
No.
business. Okay, but I know that you were into business. I know you had the salaries.
Yes. Trade
Ah,
fair. I sell all
change.
those. Yes.
Yes, you know.
Fabric.
Yes,
When I was a civil servant then as well, I was working with National
yes,
Civil Service Corps while I
yes,
was
you
doing
said
my.
this call. That's true. And I'm sorry, I was confusing you and your husband. It's your husband that was so. And I at that point, did you ever have? Was this ever a plan? Did you ever think that one day I'm going to drop this thing I'm doing?
Not at
Okay, please
all.
explain to me,
Not at
please.
all. Okay,
Okay, even as a
so
child, let me even go back
I
to when
used
you
to
were a
dance.
child. When you were a child, what was your
Yeah,
dream? What did you think life had for you?
so as a child, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Shege,
I wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah.
your client
But
should
you
have
know
suffered
how
though.
so it reached time for me to enter university and I started fail post jam, fail post jam, fail jam, fail jam, fail jam. Now I manage just get one jam. I just see 180. Now once my pastor, oh, yeah, come and go to private school. I
Mm,
reach private school. They say the law never they accredited at that time. Say so
mm,
now make I take ISD or political science. Now I go my political science JJL. I think after like 2 years, when they said, okay, we can come back, I said, I'm not coming back. I'm going to stay with political science. By that time, I already started doing dance professionally, went for a couple of dance competitions and
the
all of that.
Montina
So I was
dance
already doing
hall.
dance. Yes, Montana dance hall, glow rock and roll, pick. So I felt like, okay, now I just start to do entertainment. No need to call they go do law. Now I'm just pursue movie and everything. So what I'm doing now is what I plan to do
Mm.
after graduation. So after I graduated from school, I fell in love.
Internet is spoiling this gist that we're hearing now. Oh, oh, data be good to us. Data be good to us. Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
I got married after 9 months and everything. So I just abandoned my dance. I abandoned everything. I just started doing what I'm doing my mommy duty, wife duty, civil servant duty. Until social media came. Social media came and I go see people they do video that say, what's going on there? Let me
I'm
start
telling you.
something. I
And
just
that
start
time, now
trying
dance
dance.
video, they rain, no. It wasn't really
Yes,
comedy. It was dance
yes,
videos when it
yes.
started.
I was just, yeah, I was just, I opened my page. I was just doing one or two things. And that was how we were picking came about. So it was not really planned from childhood. I really wanted to be a lawyer, but it didn't work.
Well, but is this something you still want? It kind of
For wait, I
what
don't
you're
understand. I
doing.
don't understand. Wait, because I don't get how many lawyer I get. I don't want.
Okay, but
Who I want
what
go
was the
defend.
experience of your first gig as a comedian?
My first gig as a stand-up comedian, I won't really call
Mm.
it a gig. Is a
In fact, tell me
I
the
just see
process
it
or
as
how you even
platform.
felt. Apart from what it was like, what was going on in your mind when you were going? That process is how you got here.
Yes,
So,
it was really
what
hard.
was it like?
It was Akporo versus Akporo, Abuja. I reached out to him. I said I want to perform. He said, "Okay, we give me 10 minutes." I performed, and before then, I was backstage. It was my first time. I saw comedians I was looking up to, you know, and I'm like, God, is my set okay? Will I kill it? I was just very worried and everything. And I can say after the performance, I can give myself like 6/10, and then that's how I started doing stand-up comedy. And thank God it became better. I can do 1 hour on stage, I can do 45 minutes on
No, I can hear. I can hear you. Oh,
stage.
I can hear you. Oh, love you
Somebody will
too,
call me.
baby.
Somebody will
Oh,
call
okay,
me at the
okay,
call the call. Okay.
okay, okay, okay. No
So
wonder,
yes, so that
because
was it. That was
it's
it.
blank, but I can hear you.
It's blank. Press that reconnect. There's something. Is there reconnect showing on your screen?
No,
Why is it blank now? It
I
will not
don't
be
know.
small. It will not be small thing that happen here.
YouTube Live is a bit more complicated than Instagram
I'm
Live. That's what I've
telling you,
noticed in the last few weeks that I've been doing it.
if the network
Yeah,
is not good, it's not
Instagram
good.
Live is easier. You don't need much data to pull it off. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove you. You have to come back again
Okay,
so that your
okay.
face will come back.
All right.
Mhm. Mm. Oh, okay. So maybe I should keep you guys busy till she comes. I'm actually, you guys have to excuse me. I'm actually exhausted today after the workshop today. I was standing for over 8 hours, but the show must go on. The show must go on. So, okay, you're back. All right. Okay. So we're talking about your first experience when you went on stage. You said it was Akpororo.
Yeah.
And so what was it like when you got on stage? How did people react to you? What was going on in your mind?
So because they never too know me that time, that was 2018 August, I think. They never too know me that time. Okay, woman, comedy, okay. Action wasn't really good, but now, compared to now, they call me now first.
You're like the showstopper now. Oh my god! But that gets me thinking. I think I've lost her again. How women are treated in their industries. You know, there are lots of male-dominated industries that when women come in and thrive in those industries, they have to go an extra mile to prove themselves. And I think entertainment is one of them, especially well, not just entertainment, comedy is one of them. A woman has to go and the extra mile to prove herself. And we have some, amazing female comedians, even apart from Real Warri Pikin. But I think that they have to work extra hard to just prove that, okay, they can be in this industry too. But I wonder who says that, these industries are just for, the industries are gender based. I don't think so. I don't even think it's about the century we live in or the age we live in. I don't think industries are gender based. I think that women just get the short end of the stick a lot of times. So we have to go an extra mile to prove ourselves. Okay, this is not me being feministic. I'm not. I am not a feminist, but I just believe that we always have to go an extra mile. I was having a conversation with one of the young millennials that attended my workshop today, and I told her, I said, that a lot of times women are made to feel shame for experiences that they have. And women are not the ones who are meant to feel that shame. Because if, for instance, a man who is maybe married decides that he wants to woo an 18-year-old girl with money and with all the, whatever, and somehow he's able to use all those things to get her to have something to do with him. Now, you find out that it's the girl who begins to feel shame every time. Oh, I've done this. How will people look at me? And then even the guy will join, say, oh, she's a bad girl, and all that. I believe that the man should be the one feeling shame because you are older. You should know better. And if you didn't know better and you decided to go after an 18-year-old girl when you have a family at home or a 21-year-old or whatever age or 16-year-old, have a family at home, then you should be the one feeling shame. But we find out that young girls who make these mistakes based on the fact that, they don't know any better, grow up being the ones who feel the shame, you know? So I was having that conversation today and I was saying, um, you learn from your mistakes, you move on. You learn to say no, you learn to walk away. It's not just about men, it could be anything, but um, whatever it is, society is fond of making, girls be the ones to feel they should get the short end of the stick. And I think it's completely wrong, absolutely wrong. So but anyway, I'm waiting for my guest to come back and I'm having this conversation. I'm waiting for my guest to come back. So I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but that's my experience. I believe that we have to work extra hard to prove ourselves in everything that we do. Everything. We work in an office, you're running a business. And you see, it's amazing because most times we're multitasking doing these things, especially when you're a mother, a wife, um, uh, and then you're trying to be the woman who is, either building a career or, building a business, and all that. That is you juggling, three different things at the same time, which is even what my guest is doing. Because Anita is juggling being a mother, a wife, and you know, an entertainer. And I know that she travels a lot. I know that she gets to work a lot. I know that when she can, she, takes her family with her on some of her work. And I also know that, lucky her, she has a very supportive husband who um has supported her career all these years. But I also think that sometimes those supportive partners um are not a dime a dozen. You know, um, you're favored to have one. You know, so because I feel that women multitask a lot. You're taking on so many roles at the same time, and you're trying to do these things at the same time. But society expects you to prove yourself that you can perform those roles and you can be the best at those roles. It's I think it's a lot. I think it's too much anybody should be asking of anyone. My conversations today with Anita was going to be about what happens when you reach rock bottom and how you work your way back to the top. Because I know that she had a very um dark period in her life. Where, I mean, people's stories are always born out of pain, and she was able to navigate through that, and that was how her career took off. And I know that whatever it is that she learned from that time in her life is one of the driving force that pushes her to do what she does. Because sometimes when you watch her or you see her work, there's an energy behind it that shows that this person understands that it takes grit, it takes passion, it takes um wanting something or believing that you deserve something to have it. So she became this go-getter, this in fact, Rolling Stone that gathers with this roller coaster, and she was just taking the world by storm. And in a few months, few years, she has been able to grow the brand that she has grown now, into what it is. And you see, this is what it takes for us to be seen or heard. One, you have to understand what your message is, and you have to know your message. Then know who your message is for. I think I had this conversation with Naomi a few weeks ago. You have to know who your message is for. And when you know who your message is for, you have to understand what the pain of the people your message is for is. What is their pain? What are they going through? What is it that they need out of life that your story, your message, your brand can give them? And then you have to know what the pleasure you can give your person or your people for their pain. Once you master these three and you now understand what your impact should be, what do you think the world needs? What do you think the world needs that you want to give? What is it that the world is looking for that you have and you want to give? What do you think is lacking in the world? Today at the workshop, I asked that question. Some people felt for them, what was lacking in the world was peace. Some people felt it was professionalism. Some people felt it was love. Um, some people felt it was unity. People had different things they felt was lacking in the world. But you see, that's their own perspective to it. And it's always tied to what you're meant to you change or correct or help with. So it's about knowing what your impact should be. What is it that I want to what do I want to do in the world? What is it that I have that I can use to fix something in the world? For me, I believe that um, the reason why we have mental health issues, the reason why people are going through a lot, the reason why um, we have people who are depressed, who are suicidal, who even commit suicide, which has been something that's been bothering me for a while now, especially with the rate of suicides I hear happening among young people, especially in Asia. I feel that these things happen because people lack a sense of purpose. Because I mean, if you know why you wake up every morning, it will motivate you. The only reason you don't want to get out of bed is because you don't know why you are. Okay, so why am I getting up? What's the reason I'm getting up today? I don't feel that there's any reason for me to get up. It means that this person lacks a sense of purpose. It lacks his why he's here, what he's meant to do with it, like what he's meant to contribute to humanity. But I feel that when people figure that out and they figure out who they are, another thing that, you know, confuses or puts people in the dark is not even knowing yourself. Because once you know who you are, then you know you begin to connect with why you are here, but you have to know who you are, first. So I feel that that is what I feel the world lacks that I want to be able to give. So that is what my work is focused on. My work is focused on helping people find their identity and then connect with their why, their purpose, why they are meant to be here. Because I believe if someone connects with that, then life becomes something you look forward to living. You want to wake up every morning and just say, you know what, today I want to do something that brings me closer to you. You become more excited about life. You start to feel fulfilled. You know, it's no more about, oh, I have, 10 billion in the bank. Of course, the money will come. But it's more about the fact that I feel like I'm useful, I'm valuable. There's something I'm giving and it's making a difference for somebody because whatever that purpose is, it has to be something that is adding to somebody else's life or other people's life or adding to humanity. And it could be in any industry. It could be in technology, it could be in business, it could be in finance, it could be in music, it could be in art, it could be in sports, it could be in, you know, in the help industry, it could be in hospitality, it can be anywhere. But whatever industry you find yourself, it means that there's something you're meant to do in that industry that is supposed to impact the human race. So you look at comedians, for instance, you wonder, okay, someone who's a comedian, how is the person impacting the human race? I can tell you for free. When you attend a comedy show or watch a skit online, and you laugh and laugh, like laughter is one of the best medicine in the world, and you laugh and laugh because you're watching this comedian. At that point when the comedian is making all those jokes and you're laughing, you practically forget your problems and your troubles at that point in time. you know um it helps people get over depression. It helps people get over anxiety, worry. It helps people see life from a different perspective. It helps um, people get rid of negativity. And that's a lot. Because believe me, a lot of terminal illnesses that we see people go through or lifestyle diseases, most of them are always rooted in negative emotions. Most of the time, the emotions we feel on the inside is responsible for some of the illnesses we deal with, even more than whatever we eat or consume, you know. And laughter is a medicine. And for someone to get on stage and stand there for 2 hours making you laugh, now that's a gift of giving, joy to the next person, you know. And you see, so there's nothing anyone does that doesn't, have value. It has value and it's adding value to somebody. You just need to find your people, find your audience, find who your gift is meant for. Because sometimes we find our gifts, but we're trying to give it to the wrong people. In business, I'll say we're trying to give it to the wrong demographic. So you're trying to, give your gift or, you know, um, give your service to the wrong, audience. And then you start getting frustrated, like, oh, I'm doing this, it's not working, nothing's happening, I'm struggling. Most times it happens that way because maybe your assignment is location specific. So it means that um maybe I live in Lagos and my business, my career, or what I do, or my mission, or whatever I do, I'm doing it in Lagos, but I'm meant to do it in Benin, or I'm meant to do it in the UK, or I'm meant to do it in Canada. And because I'm doing the right thing in the wrong place, I find out that I'm struggling, or it looks like it's not working, or nobody's connecting with it, or I'm doing it on the wrong platform. Maybe I should be doing it on Instagram, or I should be doing it on Facebook, or I should be doing it on YouTube, but maybe I'm doing it on Twitter. So you need to be able to know who your audience is and where your platform is. Your platform might even be um, in communities, grassroots communities. It might be in suburban areas. It could be in grassroots communities. It could be in classrooms. You just have to find where it is that your gift or your assignment is and where you thrive. Once you're able to figure that out, you find out that it becomes stress free. You achieve flow, you attain flow, what the Japanese call flow, where everything just flows, just happens, you know. Um, I always keep telling people that being able to achieve, know that you're living your purpose and become fulfilled has to do with you doing what you love, what you're passionate about. But to do what you're passionate about, because passion is unharnessed, it's just something that you feel on the inside. Sometimes the passion is not even something that you were born with. Maybe you just watched something on TV and you just said, I love the way that lady sings. Now I have passion for music. But if you don't continually expose yourself to music, then you begin to lose that and begin to like something else. So if I ask some of you now, you say, okay, there was something you used to like 10 years ago, you don't really like it anymore. You started liking something else 5 years ago. It must have been something you were passionate about, but because you didn't continually expose yourself to it or develop some form of try to harness it or develop it, you lose that passion. And then you have gifts, talents. Those are the innate gifts that you came with. It might be that you are very eloquent, you have a beautiful voice that you can use to sing or do a voiceover, or it might be that um, you're very good with connecting with people, or you're a good communicator. It might be that you're very a good actor or actress. It might be that you're a very good painter or sports person, or you love to help people. Um, you know, sometimes you're growing up, you see people who love to treat animals, and all that. And then they grow up wanting to read medicine, become doctors and all that. So we're always born with this talent or gift that are also in their raw state and we need to harness them. So it's in harnessing them, they become skills. When you start trying to train to harness skills. So you say, oh, I have a good voice. Okay, so let me do a voice training and become, a musician. Oh, I love to help people. So let me go to school and train as either a vet or a doctor or a nurse or a psychologist or a therapist. So you're beginning to build skill on what you like. Oh, I love computers. Okay, so let me start doing software certifications to know to be able to make myself useful in this area or in that area, in finance, in business, in science or something. Oh, I'm curious about the human body. Oh, I want to become I want to study genetics so I can help to, discover, whatever genetics do. What do they call them? I don't know. Anybody who read genetics did, so this is how it works. So it all starts with having a gift and then wanting to harness that gift to become a skill. Now, when it becomes a skill, it means that you can be paid for it. Now you can be paid for what you do because now you have turned your talent and what you are passionate about, which were in their raw state, you've turned them into skills. And skills are things that we can do that add value to other people and they can pay us for it. Now you have that, you pause. Then you go back to what I said about finding what the world needs that you can give. So now when you find what the world needs that you can give, make sure it's tied to your skill. So it means that you can be paid for it. So what do we have now? We have a complete full circle. We have a human being who is doing something he loves, he's passionate about, and he's doing that thing using the gift, innate gifts that he has. So, and your gifts are the things that the talents you have that make things seem easy to other people who don't have it. You understand? I remember a friend of mine who told me, I make writing look easy. But when she tries it, she knows that it's not easy. It's not because I'll still say it's not because it's not easy, but because it's a gift I have. It comes easy and natural to me. But it's not a gift she has. She has her own gift, you know. Like if she does makeup for you, I mean, it is amazing. I can never make up to that extent. I can never. I try, but I never get there. But that's her gift. She's artistic and she knows how to make it look good on the human face. But then I can write. So whatever you can do that looks is so easy to you, comes natural to you, but every other person looks at it and goes like, man, you must be a genius, you must be a maestro, you must have superpowers for you to be able to achieve this. Now that's your gift. Now imagine how fulfilling and beautiful life will be for you that you can do what you love using the gifts that you have harnessed properly turn them into skills that are valuable, that somebody can say, I want you to do this for me, and I'm going to pay you for what you're doing for me. And then you can harness them to that point and say, you know what? I think I used even in America and everywhere. I I